What's going on, everybody? It's Ricky with Video Homicide. Welcome to day 30 of the 31 days of horror. Holy fuck. We are on the second last day of this shit. I've had a lot of fun, watched a lot of movies that I really love, movies for the first time that I ended up really loving. And this movie's no exception. This is a movie that I remember when it was first kind of talked about way back when, in, like the mid 2010s. This movie called Clown, which was produced by Eli Roth, directed by John Watts, and it's one of those movies that I don't really feel like a lot of people talk about nowadays, especially. But I think it needs, or I think it deserves a little bit more recognition. I think Clown, along with another movie that was a potential contender for my 31 days called Devil, which is a horror flick that takes place on an elevator, and it just like a really good, cool, like no fuck around kind of movie. So with Clown, I think we get all of that and more, and it's one of those movies where there's like not any kind of really real time wasted. It's very it knows what it is and it knows what the audience wants, because there's a slew of fucking shitty clown films that came out all around the same time, and most of them are about, I would say 99% of them are dog shit. This is probably one of the one percenters for sure that actually is a good flick. So the premise goes like this: there's this guy who's a realtor, and he's late for his son's birthday. Forgot to order this clown, or the clown was double booked, whatever it was. So he, at this house that he's renovating to put onto the market, he finds this old chest that had this clown costume in it. So he's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna throw this on, go surprise my son, be the hero, la di da. So he goes and he does that, and then later on at night, him and his girl, they're starting to get kind of comfy cozy, and he thinks he's gonna get some ass, but he ends up passing out, and waking up the next morning, he can't take any of the clown stuff off. So he goes to work dressed as the clown, and when he gets to the place that they're renovating, there's like the crew there, and they're all like, "What the fuck is this guy doing? Like, why are you dressed like a clown?" And they're all kind of like just chuckling, and it's good because they're like, it doesn't like, you know it's not like that cringy kind of thing, like, why you dress like, oh my god, you're dressed like a clown, what the fuck, you clown. It's more like, why you dressed like a clown. And then like there's another little scene where you can hear him screaming in the bathroom, and the guys in the crew are just kind of like giggling. It's not like a total force shit fest, if you want to call it that. And while he's in the bathroom, he's trying to get the costume off, so he takes like a razor blade and almost cuts his fucking wrist. Well, he does cut his wrist, and he he ends up going to the hospital about it. And then even later on, he gets like his nose. Like, one of the parts that kind of did piss me off, and this is totally minute in the grand scheme of the film, but there's a part where he's got this, the clown nose on his nose, and his wife uses like these tweezers, kind of like like medical tweezers, not like your the kind of tweezers you might like pick hairs with or something like that, but like you know what I'm talking about, kind of like hospital things. But anyway, she grasps onto the nose, and my biggest problem with that scene is like, she goes so far onto the nose, and even though it's like a fucking movie or whatever, but I just felt for this guy's nose, and then she yanks it off, and his fucking bones basically hanging out. It's disgusting, but it's so weird that it almost has like it does like have Goosebumps vibes, the Haunted Mask. Shout out to my buddy Retro or Die. He just did a couple of videos talking about Haunted Mask 1 and 2, but uh, that's the vibe I get, because if you've never seen Haunted Mask, it's all about this girl that gets this mask that sort of like forms to her skin, and that's what's happening to our main guy here. The skin is like, the clown suit is grafting onto his skin and even the hair, and he's starting to like get really fucking gross, and getting these weird urges. And like later on in the film, he meets, I forget the name of the guy in the film, but he's like, the only way I can describe him is he's like that Russian dude from Armageddon. That dude. He plays a really cool character. He's like the brother of the guy that owned the suit previously, and that's where we get like the folklore of the clown. And like the clown is really, I don't know if this is actual truth. It's not, obviously, but I like the mythology. I like how there's like a book with all the stuff. Like, I'm a big fan of, if you have a character or something that requires mythology, I like it to be explained well, and they do it well in this movie. They talk about how a clown is really the clone, which is like a Nordic demon that steals children, like one for every month of the winter. And it's really cool. But then it got like over westernized, and became like this thing that makes kids laugh and all that stuff. But not many people know about the real truth behind it. And even like the pictures within the book are guys starting to resemble that dude, or like the demon, because like his nose is frostbitten, his lips are all fucked up, his eyes are all split, and it's so cool, man. And like there's like really good scene, like there's a lot of kids getting murdered in this movie, I will admit, and I don't have a problem with that. I know some people do because they can't separate art from reality. uh but there's like a good scene where like one of the like the clown guy's son is being bullied, and he's like playing video games, and he's got the chat on, and like the clown guy like shows up there, and he hears them talking shit and all this, and he kills that fucker. And even later on in the film, there's like a really horrific kind of scene that takes place in like a ball pit, like a Chuck E. Cheese kind of thing. Like that was something that was more that's more of a states thing when I was a kid. Like there was some places like that, but it wasn't like there was no Chuck E. Cheeses. I remember going to the states like a lot when I was a kid, and I remember seeing a Chuck E. Cheese and being like, wow, like there it is. It was almost like seeing you know like the first time you see like a naked you know what I mean. You got like this feeling. But like to see a kid get fucking murdered in there, and like the blood coming down the slide and all that stuff is really hardcore stuff. So there's a lot more to this movie that I'm obviously leaving out, but I think that if you've not watched Clown, go ahead and watch it. I think it's better than both those new It films put together. I thought those movies were bullshit, atrocious. I know a lot of people really like those movies, but I don't know what to say. I can't get behind them. I was so turned off at how those movies came out. Same with Halloween Kills. Like, I recently did a Saturday Night Horror Hangout live stream on my channel where I gave my thoughts on that film sort of in depth. And if you liked it, that's fine. I know that there's a lot of mixed reviews, and I was kind of on the fence the whole time. Like before I watched it, I was like, fuck, like hopefully this is good, But I said that for like the last batch of movies like that. Like I seen Candyman, and I was kind of like I had high hopes, and luckily it paid off. But there's a lot of people that don't like Candyman, like the new one. And same with Malignant. I didn't really mind Malignant at all. I thought it was pretty decent. Um, but it's like, again, I've said it a million times. That's the thing that makes it fun. Like being like a cinema lover, a cinema addict or cinephile. Everyone has different tastes and stuff. Like there's no two collections that look exactly the same. And like I just got finished watching Black Sunday, like right before I'm recording this video. And like there's a movie that I'm sure a lot of people even my age that would not even give that movie the time of day. But I just had so much fun for it. Even movies like fucking like Deep Red and all those kind of giallo films. I mean, I'm sure that this is gonna sound fucking weird, but like I know like my mom watches a lot of those like murder shows, like Exhibit A kind of stuff like that, Cold Case Files, Forensic Files, that type of shit. Like I think if people like those types of shows, they would like watching Jallos, but they just won't give them a chance because there's so many people out there that are like anti old movie for some reason. And it's like, so you're telling like it's ridiculous to me. It sounds crazy because like when you think about movies of today and how fucking dog shit they are, like what would you rather watch something like that? Like this is no word of a lie. I just recently watched, what the fuck was it? I put something on Netflix because I just recently got Netflix again, and I put on a movie, and I literally turned it off within like the first like 15 minutes. I don't even know what it was called. It was so fucking stupid. Bad acting. I don't understand like the charm. People think there's like a quirky charm to like horrible acting and like horrible stories and horrible premises and stuff like that. It's crazy, man. I think that uh cinema is it's really going towards more of like the shows and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like there's like these series. So like they have like 25,000 like series on Netflix that are called like Haunted, or like like True Horror, whatever it is. The only show that I really gave the time of day in the last like maybe like couple of years was other than ones that I had previously watched, but a show called American Horror Story. I really enjoyed that. I started Peaky Blinders, and I watched maybe like 5 episodes of that. I thought it was pretty good, but again, I can't really commit to these shows when I know there's like quality fucking movies that I've yet to see, especially in terms of like the Italian stuff. And, I could talk about Italian cinema till I'm red in the face, but I just feel like they did it right. If you're talking 70s, even 80, like 70s, 80s Italian cinema is better than modern cinema, like North American cinema. Like, so you're talking like all these fucking Star Wars flicks and Marvel movies and stuff. And like more than not, you hear like the genuine actual fans of those movies just like disgusted by them and like saying how bad they are and this and that. And like recently I discovered this guy, I think I talked about him in the live stream, called Chris Gore. And he was talking about, what the fuck was he talking about? Star Wars and how they mishandled the death of Han Solo, and they went really into it. And obviously they're passionate about it. And like that's the thing, like if I guess if you care about something, you'll bitch about it. If you don't care, you don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So I know that was like a very off-topic rant, but I appreciate everybody for watching. This is the second to last day of 31 Days of Horror. I'm so stoked that I actually finished it, or almost. We're almost at the finish line, and I didn't have any doubts. I just, especially like if you've been paying attention to the last couple of videos, I haven't been in the videos. That's because I fucking did some stupid shit where I fucking like, if you've ever had like a sciatic nerve issue before, like in your back, like lower back, like that happened to me the other day. So like I'm starting to like feel like decent. I can like walk around and all that shit. And but it was fucking bad for like 2 days. It's still kind of rough, like right when you first wake up. But I'm telling you, man, I didn't have it in me to like even set up my like little area to film and shit. So I appreciate everybody that did stick through to this, and no one's really left a comment saying like where the fuck's the video, and I'm sure people probably don't give a fuck, but that's the reason right there. It totally sucks, and but like I said, I'm feeling better. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Like I said, leave a 666 in the comments, and adios, amigos.